The Tapestry of the Condemned. The restoration of the Blackthorn Tapestry marked a triumph for the small museum in the cathedral's shadow. For centuries, this medieval masterpiece had remained in the Hargrove estate before conservators revived its splendor. 12 feet wide and 8 feet tall, it depicted nobles hunting a stag in an ancient forest with a distant castle atop a hill. On opening day, curator Eleanor Winters admired how the restored colors came, alive crimson threads glowing like fresh blood, azure blues shimmering like summer skies, and forest greens rustling with phantom life. The restoration revealed previously hidden details: woodland creatures, birds in flight, and mysterious faces peering from between distant trees. The medical examiner determined heart failure as the cause, though the guard had no cardiac history. No longer hiding, it now stood at the forest's edge, 1 foot extended toward the hunting party. Photographic comparison with restoration documentation confirmed the impossible change. Visitors remained hypnotized before the tapestry, many in an almost trance-like state. Eleanor attributed this to the piece's hypnotic beauty. Specialists examined the tapestry, discovering that the new figures were woven with threads identical to the originals. The cause: a sudden aneurysm. The museum remained open with increased security. The stag appeared, desperate, the hounds more vicious, the nobles' expressions transformed from pleasure to bloodlust. 3 weeks after the opening, a small dark figure appeared at the forest's Isha figure that hadn't existed before. A third figure now stood at the forester's edge, the silhouette of a paranormal researcher who had examined the tapestry the previous day. Eleanor discovered he had died in his sleep. Her body was discovered in her apartment, seated before an empty frame. Her fingers were bloody, worn to the bone, as if she had been weaving for days. More disturbing, a second shadowy figure had appeared at the forest's edge, bearing a subtle resemblance to the deceased security guard. Partially hidden behind a tree, its face was indistinct, but its posture conveyed a desperate desire to join the hunt. Entrails spread across the forest floor. No one mentioned the dreams of hunting in ancient forests, of feasting on raw flesh beneath a dark castle. The hunters formed a circle around the carcass, their faces portraits of those who had died since the restoration. Most disturbing, a new figure watched with satisfaction, a figure with Eleanor's distinctive glasses and slight hunch. The conservation team found no evidence of tampering. The threads comprising this new figure were aged identically to the rest of the tapestry. During removal, blood seeped from between the threads. At midnight, as the tapestry fed into the incinerator, the threads seemed to writhe, the figures silently screaming. The fire burned with unusual colors: crimson, azure, forest green. That night, a security guard was found dead before the tapestry, eyes fixed on the fabric, expression frozen in terror. Upon reopening, Eleanor noticed the dark figure had moved. The following week, An art historian collapsed while studying the tapestry. The next morning, the dark figure had fully joined the hunt, now standing among the servants with a spear. Eleanor ordered the exhibition closed. That night, alone in the museum, Eleanor noticed the hunting scene had grown more frenzied. By morning, the second shadowy figure had joined the hunt, resembling the deceased historian. Eleanor ordered the tapestry locked in storage and swore the staff to secrecy. 3 nights later, security alarms triggered. Police found the storage facility open without signs of forced entry. The tapestry remained but had transformed grotesquely. The museum board voted to destroy the tapestry. Eleanor never returned to work. The museum reopened, providing an official explanation about conservation issues. And in homes across the country, those who had seen the tapestry began noticing strange threads appearing in their fabric's tiny figures, almost invisible, watching from the corners of woven worlds. The hunt, after all, was eternal.